Hi lads, how are you all doing? It's Monday the 14th of you may just saying October. It's the 14th of August 2017, and being a Monday, it's time for John's bum. So I'll just have a quick slurp of me tea, says you, and we'll zoom down to the bench and we'll have a look at what I've been up to. So let's go down to the bench. Right lads, we're down at the bench, and if you can remember from my last update, I was doing the Lav 25 Piranha from Telieri, and I was figuring out and deciding which colour scheme to go for, whether to go for the desert or the NATO camouflage or plain green. So I've decided to go ahead with the NATO camouflage. Yes, the NATO camouflage. So there's the bottom part of it, the bum part. This is the main hull, and it's after coming out quite nice. It's at this point, I know it's a bit shiny. I've given it a gloss coat, and I've given it a black enamel wash, we'll call it, and it's just kind of gone into all the little areas that need to be got into and to highlight bits and pieces. Still have a little bit more to do to it. I nearly said lots more, but just a little bit more to do to it. There's that spare wheel, as you see now. It fits in nicely. Doesn't look so out of place as it did when it was a different colour. Yeah, okay, the tread pattern is slightly different, but I don't care. It works for me anyway. I'm quite happy with it. And we've gone with that. That's the hull, and here we have the turret. And I've found a figure that fits in there nicely. So I just pop him out, and we'll have a look at the turret first, and then we can have a squint at the figure. The turret itself, I've given it, like you said, you know, the NATO camouflage, and it came out quite nice. It is a bit dark at the moment, but that's down to giving it the black wash. I'll be dusting it all up and giving it a nice dust coat and all that kind of stuff, and by the time all that's done, it'll lighten it all back up again, so I'm not too worried about that. So that's the I don't need to be on the thing. That's the turret. So the turret, as you know, fits onto the that hole there. So you know, it all works out nicely. And there's the figure. I'm after giving him camouflaging his uniform up. Come on, zoom in there nicely. There we go. So he's all painted up, ready to go with his camouflage uniform. There we go. So he's ready to pop into it, and that's basically where I am with that. For the black wash, I've used this Winsor & Newton Artist's White Spirit and Humbrol Enamel black paint, and I've used the satin. The only reason I used the satin is because they'd no mat down the shop when I was going down getting it, so I've used the satin, and I've used it and it's worked. So we went with that. Next up was on the agenda for John's bench. I did an unboxing of the Revell Volkswagen T1 Samba bus, and it was a side opening box, and I don't like side opening boxes. They're very, very hard to work with, especially once you start on them. So what I did was I reboxed it into one of my Zvezda boxes. So as you can see, I haven't it started yet. I've taken it out a few times, looked at it, and I've looked at a couple of videos on of people that have made them in the past and things, just to see is there any awkward bits and things like that. And it looks like a nice build, actually. It really does. I'm looking forward to that. I really am looking forward to that big style. And just let me stretch back there. Excuse that big disky light thing. This is the colour I'm using for it. I'm going to paint it in that X14 sky blue, which is Tamiya paint, as you can guess, and it's the gloss. The X is gloss, XF is for the flat. So that's the Volkswagen Samba bus, all ready to go for my next project. What else have we got? Oh yes, the stand, or the base that I'm going to use for displaying the lav. I've got one of my normal picture frames, and I've kind of stained the outside of it. This is the back of it, and here we go. I just fiddling around messing with spray paints and God knows what else. And I've it stained up, and I have a piece of, can't find it now. Typical out of John. No, there we are. I have a piece of foam board cut to size, and that will insert into there, and I'll glue that into place. And all I'm going to do with it is I'm just going to give it a kind of a grass and gravel effect. So it's just like a bit of waste ground, and that is all I'm going to do with that. And I'm going to use this base then for any reveals of items that are just going to go straight into the cabinet, because this is going to go straight into the cabinet. I don't have room to display everything I make. I can't go making a diorama for everything, and some of the dioramas that I do he said do any ones that I do end up taking up a lot of space and shelf space. So I have a little glass cabinet, as if you went for my bench tour, you saw I have a little glass cabinet, and that's going to go into the glass cabinet. So I'll use that then for reveals. And Simon came up with a fabulous idea last night, that if I turn this over and clean this side and do the same with this side, and make this one a sandy base, so therefore if I'm doing a desert one, I can use that side, and if I'm doing a grassy-ish type one, I can use that side. So that's a handy tip for you lads out there, is just the one sort of reveal base, just quite basic for anything that you're not going to do a major diorama for. So that was an idea we got from Simon last night, and I chat away with Simon most evenings, and if you want to chat and join us for the chat, you're more than welcome. What you do is, if you're on Facebook, go over to Simon's 1/35th scale diorama builds Facebook channel page, and most evenings up there you'll see they've got a link to the Google Hangouts, and it's the 4 monkeys. So just click on the link, and that'll bring you straight into the Hangouts. You have to have obviously a microphone and a webcam to be able to join us. We chat away most evenings for a couple of hours. The odd time we'd be building something, most times we'd be chatting away anyway, and people come in and out. Bees has joined us once or twice. H.G. Barnes has joined us. Greg Riley has joined us. And Bob Smith from the USA, he has joined us as well. So you're more than welcome to join us, myself and Si. I will put a link in the description box below to Simon's channel on Facebook. Now, I will just mention it. I don't think the link will actually kind of bring you to the thing, but just look it up on Facebook. Ask to join if you haven't already joined, and Simon will let you in anyway. So that's basically the bench. So we leave it. We'll zoom back up to my ugly mush, and we'll finish off the bum. Now lads, so you've seen basically what I'm up to for for last week, and my plans for next week, and the rest of this week, should I say. Finish off the Lav 25 and get stuck in and start the Samba bus from Ravel. So, like I said, don't forget you can join us on the Hangout. Get over to the 1/35th scale diorama builds on Facebook. We put it up most evenings around 8 o'clock. That's GMT, Greenwich Mean Time. Whatever that is in your own area, I don't know. That's up for you to work out. So anyway, lads, I think that's really about it. Oh yes, one more thing. B.U.M chocolate. I've got to kind of whisper because Adley's around, and if Adley finds out that I've got chocolate again, he's going to get you know yourself. So anyway, this week's B.U.M chocolate is
Thank you.
Catch. Oh well, lads, this week's B.U.M chocolate was Catch, and it's been caught. Catch you up next week, lads. Stay safe, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already subscribed. Don't forget to hit the like button. Give us an old thumbs up. So, thank you for watching, lads. Stay safe, and don't forget, go out and buy yourself a kit. Build it and enjoy it. This is John, signing off.